Afternoon, VC. All right, so we're going to do the finds video here that I mentioned earlier today that I would get to. Lot to show, so we'll get right into it. The first record is one I found on Carolina Soul, and I was very pleased at the price I was able to get it for. I think around a little over $60, and I've seen it listed for up to $250. And that's the first Lungfish record, Necklace of Heads, from 1990. It was a split release on Simple Machines out of DC and the Discord label. My favorite band of all time, from Baltimore, very repetitive groove. The earlier stuff was more rocking, a little bit more changes in the songs. And Necklace of Heads is a phenomenal record. This particular copy is the Silver label copy from the original year, 1990. I got this in CD Alley in Wilmington way back in the day, when I got into this band, thanks to my friend Joe. And it has the original insert, and here's the Silver label. And it's silver on both sides. And I'm a completist with this band. This is the only band that I am a full-on completist of. And I haven't been actively going after anything in quite a while. I've been picking up the color vinyl reissues as they've been coming out from Discord. This one is not one of them that's been reissued. There is, however, from the original year, a pressing with a beige label, which is technically the first press. And yeah, I got this off of Carolina Soul for a steal, and I'm very, very stoked to have it. So here's and it's a little different. The side is a different color on the jacket. But this also came with the insert, and it's a little bit different paper. And yeah, here's the beige label. Yeah, I love Asa on guitar in this band. Daniel Higgs, such unique vocals. The lyrics, everything about his vocal delivery is unique. It was great to see them on their final tour in Philadelphia at North Star Bar. Greatest show of my life. So that was a big one to add to the Lungfish collection. I've got just some odds and ends. Really, I need to try to shore up for that collection. Trying to have all the different CD pressings, cassettes. I have all the cassettes already. I have all the 7 inches. Vinyl, I need just a few to have every single different pressing there's ever been on vinyl of all the albums. So we're close on the vinyl. The only thing that would be difficult, there's 3 test pressings that I would pretty much have to rob Henry Rollins' house. I think he's moved to Tennessee. I need to keep track in case I need to break in. But yeah, either him or Ian's got the test pressings. I doubt anybody else does. Maybe Don does. Of the early records, I'd love to have those. They exist. There's copies listed, or at least shown on Discogs. Next record, this is the only record I bought, I think a week ago now on Saturday. My friend Akiko, who's from Tokyo, Japan, came to visit, which was incredible. And my friend Marti and I showed her a little bit of the city, of our neighborhood here. And of course took her to Lunchbox Records. I only got one record while we were in there. It was pretty packed, kind of difficult to browse. It was absolutely slammed in there. But I noticed that they reissued again and put this out, the first Minor Threat 7 inch from Discord, staying with Discord. And this was really cool because they redid the insert and everything, and this is a super expensive original. I mean, you pay in the 4 figures for an original, since they did create the insert with the lyrics and the photo. And yeah, I think they redid this for that box. But the copy I had gotten turned out to be warped really bad. It still played on the B side. The A side, the beginning of the A side wouldn't go. I had to move the needle to get it to go. This one is the flattest one I could find. It looks like the pressing plant had some issues with Discord for this. It's the first time I've ever run across Discord ever having an issue with a pressing of any type. In going back to, way back. So I took it in the other night and on Friday and exchanged it for a flat copy. And while I was in there, I looked in the used jazz and I found this record. Ornette Coleman's Soap Suds, a duo record with Charlie Hayden on the Artist House label. I'd never come across this in a bin, so we picked it up. Really nice artwork on the inside of the jacket, gatefold. And here's your Artist House label. And so Ornette plays sax and some trumpet on here. He's not the best trumpet player in the world, but yeah, very awesome stuff. Happy to find that record. And it did include the inserts, because it is a gatefold. It's only a single LP though, but in the other sleeve it does have all the original insert. The insert booklet that it came with some more artwork. And a lot of information. Really cool. And then it does also come with this Artist House kind of a leaflet thing that was mailed. It shows more recordings. Really cool to hit that it's all here. And it was a good price. And I'm not sure the year on this. Maybe 70... Was it the late 70s? Might have been 1979. I'm not sure on the year. It's written real tiny on the back, and my old eyes aren't as keen as they used to be. So next, and I think this is everything else. Yeah, I went into Noble Records yesterday, and I wanted to make sure and go through the whole store and look at all the Voice of America stuff that was left, the scraps, so to speak. I'd only gotten one record from the collection, the David Axelrod, which was a big one. And when I went with John Digital Gramophone the other day, just because I really wanted an upgrade, for one, and two, it's a very rare record, and three, it's in dead mint shape. Which is the condition of most of these records. Most of them are completely unplayed. They were promos given to the radio station. Whether or not this stuff would get on the radio, was debatable. So a lot of it just stayed in their library. And just, it's nice that these records are getting to go to homes now to be actually used. So I went through everything, and Dylan was there. He's rarely in the shop anymore, other than just Saturday mornings, and usually for a short period of time. His kids are into sports now and all kinds of things. And he's a busy guy, running the label now, getting all that handled with the pressing plant that he's using and all those types of things. So it was great that he was there. And he came up to me while I was digging and handed me this record and said I could have this, because he figured he couldn't sell it in the shop. It's a stock Supraphon label cover, which may be for a record, and I'm not, maybe for one of their titles, but I'm not sure, because it's just blank on the back. So it's hard to know what that actually is for, but there is a Supraphon label record in here, and he said it was a European jazz record. And as it turns out, it's a phenomenal one. It's Tinem Tanem from Czechoslovakia. on the Superfon label, which was the state-run label. And Dasha is on this on guitar, and Carol Velebny's on this. Two of the greatest jazz musicians from that country. And this is in mint condition, the actual vinyl. Fantastic stuff. Really cool that Dylan gave me that, because I have a couple Carol Velebny records, one of which is on ESP disc. He also, when I checked out, gave me a couple African records. This one's, which I think this is actually my old copy because I sold this. It wasn't, I didn't dig this. I got it, I think, from Los Angeles, probably from Permanent or maybe Matt. And I ended up selling it. And I think this is probably my copy that's come back to me. And this J. Gwangwa and African Explosion, Zaba Zaba, is on the A side. This is on the Afrodelic Sound label. It's a U.S. pressing. And African Sausage is the other track. And African Sausage might be the A side. Yeah, African Sausage is the A side. South African musician. It's not my favorite stuff. But, you know, heck, for free. Very nice of Dylan to give me that. And he also gave me this, which was interesting. He wasn't sure about this one. It's on Path EMI, at least the cover. And I've actually been looking for some of these on this label, some of these 7-inches from Africa. And this one's Orchestre Bantu de Brazzaville, Nakafeli Boboto. This is a record from the Congo. However, when I took the record out of the sleeve to play it, it is not this record. It is a different record altogether. It's this record here. I think on the ASL label, and it's Parflujos et l'Orchestre Negro Success, which is a group from Southern Rhodesia. And this is really good. It's noisy. I gotta give this a couple of cleans. I just wanted to hear what this was for a minute, and I threw it on the table yesterday. But I dig it. So a couple tracks from, and I don't have any record. No, I didn't have any records from Southern Rhodesia, so that's the first that I have. Is just housed in this sleeve from another record from the Congo. It's just how it turned out. But I mean, these were free from Dylan, so, which is really cool. So that will stay with this. I'll get that cleaned up. And then Dylan also, we were talking about some of his releases coming up, as he had some of the pre-order stuff come in the back. And he mentioned that he still had some test pressings of Jungle Rot. And so he sold one to me. The George Brigman privately pressed LP. And yeah, this is the Noble Records test pressing. I think he said he made 50 of these. Really cool that they did the timing strip and everything. This is a fantastic freaking record. I'm not into a lot of the stuff that Dylan is with the psychedelic and the early rock stuff, but this one's a good one. So there's your test pressing labels. And I'm not sure the name of the plant. It says Canon on here. I'm not sure. I want to say he was using a plant in Louisiana, but I could be way wrong. I could be way off. But yeah. Check out Dylan's channel if you haven't already, which I'm sure you have, but I'm sure he's done some special videos on Jungle Rot. Pretty dope stuff. And super expensive original. So it's nice to have that on vinyl. So we'll get to the Voice of America collection finds. I think I ended up getting, maybe 8 records from the collection, and then I got 2 other records that were not from the collection. So we'll show the Voice of America ones first here. This one I was very happy to find. It's not an original, but it is a 1970 pressing of Negro prison songs from that work songs and blues recorded, edited, and annotated by Alan Lomax from the Mississippi State Penitentiary. Fantastic, fantastic blues. Very cool to find any copy of this. I've seen only one other copy. It was on the wall in Greenville at Cabin Floor Records, and it was very expensive, probably $175 or something like that. This was like 30 some bucks. So, and I think this was the most expensive record of the collection that I bought yesterday. Everything else was pretty cheap. Very, very happy to find a copy of this. Alan Lomax was very important in music history, going around the South and recording blues musicians and the like. And heck, if you see the new Bob Dylan movie, he's in that movie recording one of Bob's early performances. This is a record I'd never seen before, didn't know existed, and was super cheap, so we grabbed it. The Giancarlo Nicolai Trio and John Chakai. I think from 89. Yeah, 89 on the Leo Records label out of the UK. Anything John Chakai, I'm all in. And I don't know the other musicians, but Giancarlo plays guitar, Thomas Durst bass, and Uli Mueller on drums. A couple of Germans, it looks like, in the group. Recorded in Switzerland in 1987 in Zurich. Yeah, these are all in the Jap sleeves. I don't know if I'm going to open all these up. Dylan uses the Jap sleeves. I'm not a big fan of them, but he's got the stickers on these, so I'm going to keep them with these records. I will show you the Leo label, and they, of course, the radio station put their number on there. But it's a mint copy in a nice sleeve. Yeah, this is completely unplayed. Yeah, I don't have very many records on Leo, if any. I want to say maybe one other. So very cool to find that. Anything John Chakai, I love him on the saxophone. So that one was cool. Next in the bins was Iggy Pop TVI Live from 1977 from the collection. And what was cool about this one is David Bowie is in the group on this on piano. Some great ones. TVI, Lust for Life, Night Clubbing, I Want to Be Your Dog. So yeah, some great stuff from Iggy Pop. 1978 on RCA Victor. Classic black RCA Victor label. Here's an art ensemble I didn't have, and it was cheap, so I picked it up. Baptism, the Art Ensemble of Chicago, recorded in performance at the Ann Arbor Blues and Jazz Festival in 1972. Great photos on the back of their setup at that show. Anything art ensemble, I'm all in on. Yeah, I have another record, a various artist record from that festival too, but I never run across this one, at least an original. That's a first pressing. Another, this is the quadraphonic first press of Dewey Redman, Coincide on ABC Impulse, I think from 75. Ted Daniels on this, which was a big draw for me. Leroy Jenkins, Cerrone, and Eddie Moore round out the group. Pretty underrated, according to Alex Impulse title. This is one I've been looking for many years. It's the first time finding it in a bin. And cool to get one from the Voice of America collection. Again, another one that I've never found in a bin. I could have ordered it online a million times, but the last Wayne Shorter Blue Note I needed, Supernova. Little more towards the fusion end of things. This has got Sonny Chirac on guitar, Miroslav Vitous on bass, Jack DeJohnette drums, Chick Corea is also on vibes and drums, or Airto's on this. Walter Booker, John McLaughlin, a lot of guitars. Um, yeah, looking forward to this one. This is one I haven't even jammed before, like on headphones on YouTube or anything. This is just one I just didn't have from Wayne Shorter. This is not the best of press, but this was like $15 or something. So it's a 88, probably a Scorpio, I would think, press. I don't know. It's a digital press, but heck, it was cheap. And the last one I needed, I'm not gonna go out now and buy an original Blue Note for $100 or whatever they go for. Next, the only record I knew about of this guy was on ESP Disc, and that's Burton Green. But here's one on on Columbia, presenting Burton Green, and Bayard Lancaster is in the group, so that was a big selling point for me. And it's got the timing strip. This is a promo, not a white label, but a 2i Columbia pressing. Yeah, Burton Green on piano and piano harp, electric harpsichord, some chanting, Bayard on alto and trumpet. Then you have bass and percussion. Yeah, cool one. I think Dom actually just sold a copy of this recently, but Dylan had 2 copies of this, 2 promos. There's another one there if anybody wants to hop into Noble and get that. This one was back in the soundtracks. I went through everything. Stomu Yamashta's Red Buddha Theater, the original music from the play The Man from the East. And I do not know what to expect with this. I have one other of his records that's really wild, a lot of percussion. This cover drew me in. It's not an original. The original had a white cover around the outside, but it's an early copy. 1973 Island Records, a really cool pink label, or pink-rimmed Island label. And it's a gatefold. Let's see. Yeah, we'll open this one up and show you this one. I just don't like these Jap sleeves. Should have them already opened. You know, some of the Vinyl Richie rules of the VC. Here's your gatefold, and we'll show you the Island label. Beautiful looking record. This is completely unplayed record. Never seen a turntable. Nice sturdy piece of vinyl, this one. Yeah, really looking forward to getting into this one, because I just really don't know what to expect at all. It was cheap, so I think it was probably $7 or something, so I thought, what the hell, we'll give that one a whirl. You gotta take chances every now and again with records, and if it don't work out, trade it in. These are the next 2 are just they're not from the Voice of America collection, but others that were in the jazz section at Noble. A lot of good jazz he's got right now. I put a couple that were marked down in the back bins into John's hands last time we were in there, and great stuff. Hard to find European issue stuff like this. Muhal Richard Abrams Orchestra, Rejoicing with the Light, on Black Saint from Italy, and there's 2 different variations of the cover. This is the first pressing with this particular color. Yeah, Muhal is the pianist and the conductor of this group. It's a large group. Bakita Carroll, trumpet, Abdul Adud, cello, just a couple of the names, and Andrew Cyril, drums, that really drew me into picking this up. I want to say we saw a copy at Record Archive in Rochester, and I want to say that Brandon picked it up. So it was interesting I'd run into another copy this quickly, but yeah, there's your lovely Black Saint label. And this is also unplayed condition. And it's got a promo notch, or cutout notch. 1983, I want to say, on this one. Let me see. Let me look at the back. 83? Yeah, 83. From Milano, Italy. They made great records on Soul Note and Black Saint, as you all know. And then this one was a record I already have. I have the original white cover version of this, and there are two purple versions, and this is the first. So I picked it up. Joseph Jarman, As If It Were the Seasons, Song to Make the Sun Come Up, song for Christopher, on the Delmark label out of Chicago. And you've got Fred Anderson on tenor. Anything Fred Anderson, I'm all for. One of my favorite players of all time. And yeah, I couldn't leave this behind. And we'll show you those original Delmark labels. A little bit different than some of the others you'll see. The circle label. Another one in just pristine condition, vinyl-wise. Some great free jazz from Joseph Jarman from the Art Ensemble, as the leader in on this one, with a big group. Yeah, a great one. There's a lot of good percussion on this. Lester Lashley on trombone, underrated. Yeah, John Stubblefield also plays tenor alongside Fred on this. Muhal Richard Abrams on piano and oboe. There's some vocal on the B side. Yeah, and Joseph Jarman can play a variety of things. He plays alto, bassoon, fife, soprano sax on this. Some of his solo records are incredible and worth seeking out. But yeah, that's the big dig from Noble there. Hope you're well. Peace.